Hi, welcome back. This video is for today. I don't remember what day it is. Sorry, I got off work at 5. Didn't get home until around 6. It is now. Video is for the Cold War, the histories on that, and the history on the World War II. I don't have much here because, well, I decided that it was too much to wade through, but I also decided that I was going to put 2 and 2 together because, well, World War II started the Cold War. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy. Hi. Okay, so let's see. The first thing I'm going to tell you is the World War II stuff, and then I'm going to go to the Cold War, which isn't much, but this is what I have written down. September 1st, 1939 is when the war actually started. Hitler invaded Poland from the west. 2 days later, France and Britain declared war on Germany. The war lasted 6 years and 1 day. From 1939 to 1945. After it was the results were collapse of Nazi Germany, the fall of Japan and Italian empires, creation of the United Nations. Previously, there was the League of Nations. I'm not entirely sure if they're still active or not. I'll look that up later and let you guys know if I decide that it's important enough. Next one is emergence of U.S. and Soviet Russia or Soviet Union as superpowers. I do know that at the end of the Cold War, Soviet Union was no longer considered a superpower. Last time I checked, it was just the U.S. that was considered. But I don't know how long that'll last, I guess. Who knows? The last result is the start of the Cold War. Now, I know there's more to that, but I haven't quite found them all, so I don't know what all the results were. The Allied ones were the USSR, which is also known as Soviet Russia, USA, us, obviously, Britain, and then there was Germany, Japan, and Italy for the Axis, also known as the enemies. 100 in the war, from what I could tell, from what I've looked up. That's how many people were actually involved. I don't know if that's very accurate, but oh well. Okay, the next one is mass deaths of civilians, mostly in Holocausts and as well as in others. 11 million people. 50 to 85 million fatalities in all, which makes World War II the deadliest conflict in human history. Hitler tried to overthrow the German government in 1923, but failed. He then became chancellor in 1933, and he abolished democracy and became violent. Why they still voted him in 1933 when he tried to overthrow the government in 1923, I'll never know. Maybe they were desperate, which is my theory on that. Next is the Strasser Front was formed in an attempt to contain Germany. The people that formed it was Britain and I don't remember the other country. You can look that up all you want. I'll take the answers in the comments as to whether or not which country that is. Next one is Soviet Union drafted a treaty with France for mutual assistance, but was made useless by the League of Nations. From what I've looked up of this, they were afraid of Germany. And so they told France, we'll make a treaty with you for mutual assistance. That could also mean military, I think. But it was required that all treaties go through the League of Nations, and I guess they tore it to pieces, making it useless, or they changed it in some way to make it useless. I'm not entirely sure what was changed. Who knows? Apparently, the League of Nations was a thing where they were pacifists, like they didn't believe in fighting, and I think that's what it was, is what ruined the treaty. I may be wrong on that, so don't quote me. America was concerned and passed the Neutrality Act. I don't know what that act is. I may do a video on that simply because I don't know what it is, and I'm quite confused about it. The last one, before I get on to the Cold War stuff, is Hitler defied the Versailles and Locarno treaties by remilitarizing his people and his military on March 1936. Now, obviously, when this happened, nobody fought him on it. No other countries fought him on it. League of Nations acted like it never happened, from what I can tell. So that just kind of led up to the whole thing. Nobody was willing to reprimand them for it. And so it just got put off to the side. And by the time that somebody decided that it was too big, he was already taking over countries. Okay, so the Cold War, which is right after World War II, for anybody who doesn't know, the Berlin Wall was a symbol of the Cold War. The wall was taken down in 1989, which is my birth year, for anyone who wants to know, which marked the beginning of the end of the Cold War. I'm not entirely sure when the Cold War ended. The dates that I've seen so far, is 1947 to 1991, but historians say that could be different, and I don't understand how it could be different. I don't know. The next one is Cold War was a state of political and military tension after World War II between Western Bloc USA and its allies, and Eastern Bloc Soviet Union and its allies. The Cold War has split Germany down the middle. USA and Russia never had any battles, but were prepared for all out nuclear war. Now, from what I understand, they've threatened this multiple times, Russia has. And from what I understand of today, it's not just Russia threatening out on us. So, who knows? We might get a nuclear war at some point. But, again, they were threatening it on that, I guess. And so they split Germany down the middle. Russia got one side and the US got the other. From what I can tell, they split it down the middle so it was west and east. Soviet Union got the east part of Germany and USA got the west. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember which side was which. I do know that the wall was designed to keep people in as well as out. And each time that somebody tried to break through it, they built it taller. Yeah. And it wasn't the US that was building it. It was the Soviet Union that was making it taller so that nobody could climb over it. They even put wires and barbed wires and razor wires and all this other shit on top of this wall or in front of this wall to make it almost impossible for anybody to climb over it. I don't remember if there were any counts of people making it past the wall. I'm pretty sure there were. I mean, there are ways of doing it, but I'm not entirely sure if there were. And so that was the whole point of the Cold War, was basically Russia was pissed off at us, I guess. And they just didn't want to do an all-out nuclear war because they were afraid of total annihilation, I guess. And so they didn't do it, but they were prepared for it, is what they were doing. Even though they didn't want to, they were saying, we have the stuff, and, don't piss us off type thing. Obviously, that worked out well in our favor. We never got hit with any nuclear bombs, and vice versa. So, somebody won in that, I guess, maybe. So, that was the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video for history on the Cold War and history on World War II. So, hopefully, I will be getting a next video up. I might be a day late or 2 days late, depending on what my work schedule is. They have me working all week, practically. Um, I, again, I got off work at 5, didn't get home until 6 something, so it's like 8 something here now, and that is the point. So, I will see you guys next time, and stay tuned.